How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have another game of ranked seasons. I'm going to be debuting the Felix Hernandez. I went ahead and sold Javier Báez, and I picked up some more pitching. I picked up Noah Syndergaard, I picked up King Felix, and I went ahead and picked up that Oswalt earlier that I still haven't got a chance to use yet. I haven't faced him, and I also haven't faced the King Felix, so it's kind of interesting that we're going to be using one and going up against him as well. But there with Willie Mays, I threw one right over the middle of the plate. He started off there with a leadoff base hit, and that's not going to be a great way to start this game off. Right now I'm at 864 rating. I'm trying to make a push towards World Series, and I've been giving up a lot of runs early on, well, at least a couple runs every now and then early on in the game, and starting off behind in the game, and that's going to be tough to get a win streak going early. There I was able to throw Willie Mays out with my creative player. He does have 99 arm strength, so that does help tremendously. That helps tremendously. His fielding is a little bit lower, but he does have the 99 arm. There I got a good pitch on a changeup. I threw a good feedback pitch with a changeup, and he pulled it off the end of his bat for a base knock with Jonathan Schoop. That Jonathan Schoop is a really good card. Not really anything I can do about that one. But the very next batter, Brian McCann, he's sending one into left field. That's going to be a base hit, so he's stringing together a couple base hits there. And brings up Andruw Jones, and he's going to send one into the gap. I hung that pitch right over the middle of the plate, and this Felix Hernandez was not really throwing the ball exactly where I wanted to. I was also not getting the best feedback with him, but this is not looking good here facing JD Martinez. He sends one out to right field. I don't think he's going to be able to score. Willie Mays has an absolute cannon out there. He throws it on a one bounce. He would have been out with 35 speed, but this is not looking good start to this inning because there's one out in the second inning, and Steve Finley sends one deep. That's going to be a home run, a no-doubter. That ball didn't land. It landed in the grass and disappeared. That thing is gone forever, 4-0. And then he's going to line out to end the inning with Willie Mays. I was just fortunate enough to get a couple outs there. This opponent was definitely on the baseball the very first, or in the second inning there. Early on in this game, he was on it, and I got down, like I was saying before. I've been giving up some runs early in the game, having to try and come back. A few of these videos that I've posted since getting the game, that's what's happened. But definitely had a lot of close games as well where I was able to score a lot of runs too. So hopefully I can come back in this one. Down 5-0 as Matt Carpenter hits a home run there. So kind of getting lit up a little bit. He sends one opposite field there with Josh Donaldson. That's going to be against the shift for a base hit. At this point I had to take a bunch of mound visits. I had to pause it a bunch of times. I got the bullpen loose. And he gave up a home run to Jonathan Schoop. So that's going to be a 7-0 game. At this point, I don't really know where to pitch it. I brought in Jonny Venters. Hopefully the lefty can get an out. We're in the top of the third inning, down by 7 runs, and I'm facing King Felix. So I'm thinking, well, if I gave up 7 runs, maybe I can score 7 runs off his King Felix. But I'm definitely selling him right after this game. He's never pitching again for me because I am not. This is not going to do. This is not going to play well. And I'm not going to be able to win games like this if this continues to happen. So facing King Felix here, looking to not give up a base hit up the middle. And Corey Seager is going to be able to make the play there. I went ahead and used that Corey Seager instead of Javier Báez just for this game. I sold Báez and picked up King Felix, which was probably not a good move. Because at this point in the game, I'm having to try and come back down after giving up a 4 spot and a 3 spot. But in this game, I'm chipping away here. Pablo Sanchez is sending one to left field. That's going to be an extra base hit. On the throw is offline there, coming home from Steve Finley. And 7-2 game, so we're kind of in business here. Corey Seager's sending one opposite field. That's going to be tracked down by Steve Finley, but I don't know what happened out there. He's unable to make the play, and that's going to be a double. So actually 7-3 game, and we have a chance now with Josh Donaldson. We have a chance to score another run. But that ball was hit a little bit too hard for 44 speed to come around and score. Even though he canceled his throw, I still think he would have been able to throw me out just because of the way they run. If you don't necessarily have them rounding the base, they're not going to be able to get that good boost rounding third base. They're going to kind of stutter step and get thrown out. I'm thinking, I think they might even slip in this year's game. I've noticed that too. Maybe that's only coming back to bases. But Willie Mays is beating out an infield base hit. There, sending one to shortstop, unable to throw him out. Definitely a big strikeout there from Matt Carpenter on a ball that he probably could have walked on. And then a big double play as well from Josh Donaldson. Dellin Betances, I picked him up and he's been pretty good for me out of the bullpen so far. I mean, I needed to get out of that jam for a chance to win this game. I mean, I'm down 4. I need a couple base hits. I have 2 outs now, and Ronald Acuna is going to send one into the gap. I pinch hit for my pitcher in this situation. I brought in Nelson Cruz and struck out with him, but the opponent was throwing some fastballs inside. He's really mixing it up well. He's pitching well, and I mean, this game was tough. I needed to hit that home run right there with Pablo Sanchez. He went to a slide step. I wasn't sure why he went to a slide step, but he does throw it a sinker low, and I hit a home run. So that's exactly what I needed to do. 7-6, and I need this ball to be gone as well. Andruw Jones hits it off the top of the wall, and that's going to be a double. But there is 2 outs already, so I needed that ball to be sent out for a tie game. Now we have Corey Seager up, and I don't know how this ball was not launched out of the park. I hit that one extremely well, probably better than any ball I hit the entire game, and that was a ball right to him. But the opponent as well, he's hitting some lineouts too. So I mean, I can't complain. This is a really good game. It's a 1-run game. I had a chance, and I hit the ball hard. It's just unfortunate that it was right to his center fielder. He was able to track it down. This opponent did line out a few times. I know he squared the ball up well, and my center fielders and my outfielders were able to track it down. I was lining out a few more times. I mean, it's just it's the way the game is. You can't control it, and there sometimes it falls right there with Willie Mays. It falls 59 contact, 59 power, and he's ripping a base hit. Maybe you got to have the guys that are much worse in the game to just hitting stats and try and get those flares. You know, guys with low power and just try and flare them out into the outfield. I don't know. I'm having a tough time hitting home runs with guys with more power. I mean, the opponent squared that one up with Evan Longoria. Andruw Jones tracks it down. We definitely could have had more runs in this game. This is a higher scoring game. I mean, in the last video I uploaded, it was a lower scoring game. It was 0-0 in the 10th inning. Cy Young pitched a complete game shutout, 10 innings. And that's crazy. I mean, at least in this game, 13 runs scored so far, and it's only the 5th inning. So crazy how quickly things can change. I definitely am never using that Felix Hernandez ever again. This opponent is going to go ahead and take him out soon as well. But he is ripping a base hit up the middle with Eddie Rosario coming in off the bench. And that Eddie Rosario is pretty good as well. He has a lot of arm strength. He's a pretty good outfielder. And now I'm in a big spot with the bases loaded. 3-2 count. Get the strikeout there facing Josh Donaldson. That was a huge inning, a huge opportunity for the opponent. And a crazy way to get out of the inning there with the strikeout. I went with the sinker inside after throwing a couple off-speed pitches and just trying to mix up the sequence. The opponent was fouling some pitches off. It was just a really good at-bat. And, I mean, if he breaks it open right there, it's going to be extremely tough for me to come back. And this game is a game of inches. There, I had a very late swing. PCI was all over it, and I was not able to get the job done. I mean, it was just foul. If that ball lands fair, it's a tie game. And now we have Corey Seager still up at the plate. I'm hitting pretty well with this Corey Seager, even though lefty is pretty tough in this one. I am flaring one out to left field. I do have a chance to score here, but it looks like I'm going to be out, but the throw is offline, and Ronald Acuna definitely would have been out there. But now we have Chris Sale in as well, and the opponent hits a line out too. Right there, he could have sent that out for a home run easily. And that's what I'm saying. This game, just the way it's played, there's a lot of lineouts. There's a lot of well-hit balls right to people. That was good. I think that might have been hit a little bit slower than the ball was pitched. I've noticed that as well. I don't know what the wind was like in this game, but I don't really know if the wind affects the game as much as in years past, because most of the time the wind's blowing out, I notice. So maybe they did change some things when it comes to that, but at the same time, the power seems to be nerfed anyway in terms of home runs. At least for my gameplay, I'm squaring up some of these pitches. Like that one, I don't really know exactly where I missed it. There is 2 outs, so I won't be able to see the feedback. But I would assume I was late on it, because some of these pitch speeds are really tough to hit pitches like that up in the zone. I mean, this opponent, tipped my hat to that. That was a great hit from Willie Mays. That was a pitch inside against Aroldis Chapman, the silver version of Aroldis Chapman. And I went ahead and left him in, going with the fastball inside. He turned on another one. So I got to tip my hat. This guy hit some good pitches. I probably should have threw a slider in that situation. And I can't really think of it like that, because I felt like a fastball was the best pitch at the time I threw it. But, I mean, after I throw it, I'm thinking to myself, well, I should have went with the slider. In this situation, I need that swing right there to be a home run to tie up the game. That late in the game, in the 8th inning, I need that swing to be gone, and it wasn't. It was a line out. So that's going to be the case sometimes. I mean, sometimes I'm going to play the whole game, go down by 7 runs. I made the comeback. I have a chance to tie up the game or even walk it off, and I squared that one up with Jonathan Schoop. He sends it into center field. That's going to be another line out. But, I mean, this game is, it's a tough one. There was good, hit it, I think, just as hard as it was thrown. It's tough to tell, 90 miles an hour, 91 miles an hour. I mean, facing Fernando Rodney, he's going to be very effective. I might also pick this card up. I mentioned that in a previous video. I might pick this card up. I was now facing him. And he might be very effective as a 10,000 sub relief pitcher. My bullpen's not the best, and this card's pretty good. Does have a good changeup and a good fastball, so I mean that's really all you need in this year's game so far. I mean, if you have some good off speed, that does help. But unable to get the win in that one. I mean, 16 hits for the opponent, 13 hits for myself, 8-7 game. What a great game that was. Ronald Acuna had 3 hits for me. Matt Carpenter had 3 hits for him, including a home run. It's unfortunate, but I lost 27 points there, dropped down into the 837 range, and that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. I'm College Lefty, and peace out. Have a great day.